Yeah,
I think we should need to rely on you being muted because this happens every week. You're muted
I'm just
every
quiet in the morning, and well, it's not necessarily morning. I'm just quiet when we're
I was about to say what morning, but I know you're a different part of the world still.
It's actually midday where they are.
Yes.
It is, but my schedule is off, and I cannot get it back on. But
I remember
will
that
one day.
from my unemployment time, where it was just, spiraling, complete days, every now and then, just an hour later, an hour later, an hour later. It just kept going round and round. Didn't matter. Except when there was raiding going on or RP. Then I had to show up. That's usually the only thing that got me back into a normal rhythm.
Or normal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In terms of rating, yeah.
One organizational thing in terms of our game here, if you look at the codex, you can now open the character sheet of all the NPC characters that are your teammates. Mostly I did this because then you can look at if this character has influence over you or not. And then you can perhaps decide of giving them influence. Whenever this may apply.
Oh, all right.
So you can now see more than just your own friends, influence meter. Because we play all weekly, you probably forget every now and then and want to look it up.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right then. Shall we get to the intro of today's session? I got something prepared for us.
I should start. I should open my rule books. Oops.
Indeed, yeah. Let me open up my rule books as well. We know last time we were having Villainy 101, and you remember that the teacher, Watchman Alpha, was reading a newspaper. And on the back of that newspaper, we get some additional information as the camera moves closer towards it, and it says, another housing fire in Halcyon City. Pyromaniac on the loose.
I swear it's not Keith.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not Keith.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe.
There we go. And from that, we get into the picture that is on the newspaper, this huge city here. It is Halcyon City at night, peacefully moving on. And all of a sudden, there is a burst of flame from one of the city blocks. Gotta get on the right layer. Oof. We hear a fireman siren from the fire trucks. And we zoom on in and see a building block on fire. The firemen trying to put it out. But there's just a huge flame jumping from building to building. Crashing through the windows, setting more buildings on fire. And...
well, this scene seems lovely.
Sounds fun.
This isn't normal, one of the firemen says. I think we need a superhero. As the entire street starts getting on fire. And...
oh, we just need an Aquaman.
Indeed. Moments later, we see a huge fountain of water slashing down on one of the buildings, and we see this man standing there. And the firemen yell, "It's Aquablade!"
Oh god. It's a water ninja. Great.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then we sort of hear this hero's inner monologue saying, "Oh my god, he's way off script. I mean, you're out of control, Scorched Earth!" And we hear laughter from the building. And it is this person stepping out of the flames. And he says, "I don't need to listen. to your games anymore. A new star is going to rise over this city, burning all, just like Cape Town. And at that point, Aquablade slashes his water sword at Scorched Earth, and they both get locked into a huge fight that, extinguishes flame, puts them back on. And at the same time, we see the whole view from a side street, and the camera slowly pans around, and on the edge of the street, on the end of the street, stands this person. Now we as the audience have seen it from behind before. Back when Jack had his vision, or perhaps it wasn't a vision, a person so black that nothing reflects of it. The flames flicker on the walls and die out, but this person stays completely black except for a sort of moving fabric that seems to flow out from where the head would be. And underneath that flowing fabric is a gaping red mouth with jagged wild teeth.
This sounds completely and utterly normal.
Yes.
I have a feeling that this person would come along fancifully with someone like, for example, Umbra.
Well, perhaps not anymore, as this person starts to speak, and it sounds like fingernails scratching on a blackboard. And it says, "We should break the fight." And a voice, a different one, quite a lot more ethereal, whispery almost, says, "Not yet. The big prize has not shown up yet. And such a beautiful city, such a powerful place, needs its biggest prize revealed to us." At the same time, zooming back into the fight, Aquablade realizes that the firemen are completely entrapped in the flames, and he curses that he can't get them out of them without exposing himself to Scorched Earth's counterattack. All of a sudden, there's a mighty gust of air that blows the flames away, and something that we just catch a glimpse of jumps to the firemen and carries them away. Moments later, standing next to the firemen, to the fighters, saying, "It looks like the sun has come up early today."
Oh God, why?
Everyone in dramatic anime fashion is gasping. Of course.
Why?
I'm saying why as well, I think. Here.
You're not the only one who seems very interested in Mr. Sunshine's appearance. This person observing there reaches out an arm, and it seems like the arm's motion is that of breaking apart and reforming as it moves upwards in a very crystalline fashion. And a third voice, a woman's voice, gently whispers, "Sunshine."
Oh no.
What follows is a quick curbstomp battle as Mr. Sunshine chases after Scorched Earth. The only thing slowing him down is the fact that Scorched Earth is letting his flames grow more and more out of control, and Mr. Sunshine is getting the civilians out first, the people in the buildings. He's breaking in and out of windows, carrying people on his shoulder and under his arms, while every time he goes into a building, he punches the air towards Scorched Earth. And this person says, the whispering, the ethereal voice, "I see. This is your weakness. You first make sure the civilians are safe. Like a candle, we see Scorched Earth go to the ground. And we see in the background Aquablade is wandering off the scene. However, moments later, Mr. Sunshine lands in front of him and says, "Going somewhere, Aquablade? I think you and I have to have a talk at the association headquarters." In the same motion, Aquablade puts his hand at Sunshine's collar, like his shirt that he's wearing, and pulls him in and says, "I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Sunshine. You don't want to work as a repairman, fixing wash machines and microwaves for the rest of your life? If there's no villains in this city, then who needs heroes?" At the same time, reporters have arrived on the scene, and this scene, of course, in typical comic book fashion, is exactly captured with the flashing of cameras.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
As it should be, or something.
At that, Aquablade lets go of Mr. Sunshine, because this seems very much confrontational. And Mr. Sunshine looks over to the alleyway where this person here stood observing the fight. But we see it's gone, as if it was never there. But we, the audience, hear the whispery voice once more narrate, "What is worse for Halcyon? Uncontrollable power, or those controlled by power?" Which leads us perfectly into today's session, which is all about controlling power, isn't it?
I'm not sure that I like that character. She reminds me way too much about Salem.
Indeed. Now,
Salem is a bad person.
we cut directly into the dorms, where we hear Lily open up her dorm room door and stumbling, falling onto the floor. You stumbled over something that was what that you didn't expect right in front of your doorstep.
Ah!
It is a box, now tumbled over. About, 10 centimeters high, 40 by 40 centimeters in diameter.
Who's the trap for a princess? Oh, look, a package.
It is addressed for you, so this is a personalized trap just for you.
Yay! Traps!
It's like a bullet with your name on it, just in trap form.
Yes. Gifts! Yay! Even if it is a trap gift, it's still a gift.
Indeed. As you unwrap it, I'm sure. Right? Yep. Yeah. You find that inside is a pink dress.
Aww. Yay!
With a poofy skirt that goes to just about above the knees, long sleeves, and a lot of bows and decorations all around.
Well, I immediately get properly inside my room, close the door, and change into it, because I need to obviously to see if this fits properly.
Yes, at this point it is that Freya slowly gets out of bed, as she tends to do, and you see Lily changed into this frilly pink dress. What's your reaction
abomination
to that?
Is what I would call it, but yes.
Freya kind of stares for a second, because she was not expecting to see so much pink in the morning.
What?
And she just kind of goes, "You can't fight in that."
Why not?
This is a good question. Why not, Freya?
Says, "Because it will flip up when you ride your bike."
That is worth something considering.
How is this a problem?
All those ruffles will get in your face.
Yeah, true. I need to apply some gravity fiber to it stuff, but that's fixable. Also, combat skirt technology. I need to invent combat skirt technology.
Perhaps you could upgrade that dress to have that.
I will probably try to do that. Yes, I have the technology. Probably.
You know what? Since Freya made a good point, why don't you try to get this done before school?
Yes.
You would need to unleash your powers to tinker with this enough.
Well, obviously. Let's improve this thing to. Let's unleash the combat dress.
I can only
Combat
imagine you
skirt.
taking like a blowtorch to this thing in the background,
Yes.
like welding. We hear something.
Combat skirts.
Somehow we hear a dust saw like.
Oh yeah. I rolled for alien tech because it seems more fitting, but yeah, it's
Okay.
still just freaks up.
You know what? It works with alien tech because this is a new piece of gear that you modify to have a specific purpose, which is it's completely combat viable for one time.
Yes,
Actually,
indeed.
is it? Let me see. Alien tech. Okay. On the 10 plus, it works exceptional and you get an additional use out of it. Okay. So it'll work twice.
Yay!
Beautiful. All right, yeah. Keith and Jack, you go in the morning, go to grab some breakfast. It's Friday, so you're gonna have a weekend after this day. And there's still Saturday barbecue.
You are welcome with the combat skirt, by the way.
Saturday barbecue. Wait, what is Saturday barbecue?
You don't remember?
Do not remember.
We agreed that we could have a barbecue on Saturday.
Yes.
Oh. When did we agree upon that?
He may have been sick at the time.
Oh, yeah, you were sick at the time. It was right after the combat class with my mentor. Well, PE class with my mentor.
Combat class fits.
So we're gonna have a barbecue.
Yeah,
Hmm.
super nice.
Yeah, where are we gonna have it?
I can't remember, honestly. Oh, see, moment, I can't remember.
Maximilian Pomwell was the one inviting you all to his
Oh,
home
yeah, that was him.
to have it there. Was his initiative.
Sounds like fun.
You walk past what looks like a life-sized pencil sketching of you? It's on the wall in the dorm room floor, right next to the kitchen.
Wait. Which one of us?
All of you, now that you look at it a bit closer.
Oh, well, someone's been busy. It looks good, though.
It clearly needs some work, but it's a good outline, good starting point.
I wonder who is drawing.
Oh, well, it's nice to have some art on the walls, don't you think? Oh, stop here.
Keith
Here.
is not. I mean, you know.
Well, define art. I agree that some art, yes, are very important.
Oh?
Oh, you don't have to say "oh" to me. You're a guy after all, you know, Annie.
You have seen his side of the dorm room.
Yes. And you know he claps your shoulder. You're a guy after all. Let's get down and get something to eat.
Yeah, I hope that Hales hasn't eaten everything in there, but if things go to worse and there's no food, I can actually cook if need be.
Hayos is digging in heavily. He seems to be at an intense staring contest with Chico McQuaddle while doing so. The two of them are shooting angry glances at each other as they hungrily reach for the next bowl to eat.
Sorry, but man, that damn defense against villainy book is so damn boring. Even to listening to it.
It is a bit, yeah. Could be worse though.
How?
Well, my father's a lawyer.
Oh God, Wacky
Good
says.
point. Good point. Really good point.
They actually roomed, like, can you believe it? They actually shared a room, my mentor and my father, well, back when they were living in university.
Is your mentor always this intense?
I think she was more intense in the past, to be honest. I haven't known her that long.
I feel bad for your father.
Oh no, they come along splendidly.
I feel bad for you.
No, I come along with her just fine.
Low.
You know, Keith is just looking a little bit weird at you.
Oh yeah, he's.
All right.
Spectral says it seems she has molded you into an image of herself. If you can get along with her.
She just needs a bit of handling. It's not that, she's honestly not that bad when you get to know her, but you know, none of you really know her, so yeah.
Tell us something interesting about her.
It's a bit hard to be intimidated by her when I've seen her trip.
Trip over what?
So yeah, she once tripped over absolutely nothing into a swimming pool, so.
Please tell me you got photos of that.
I'm sure our security system did so it's not an issue.
Excellent.
Is there anything you guys want to do in the morning? During breakfast?
Fix my hair.
I mean, you already did this before you left your room, of course. Oh yeah, you know what?
I tripped. I need to fix my hair again.
Okay, great. Speaking of Keith, Chaos, and Jack, you see Lily in a pink, cute dress.
Yes.
Probably having pink hair currently flowing along it.
Huh.
You've
Jack,
never
of
really
course.
seen anyone wear this, or have you?
No.
It looks nice, and Jack says so. Like, that really fits you.
Lily, you sure look pink today.
Yes, I know. It's great.
It stands out.
How so?
Well, what's wrong with standing out?
Pink is good.
It does fit you.
You see that Waki is sinking deeper into his shawl, just covering his cheeks. You can barely see his glasses.
How many of us notices this?
I suppose it should be noticeable to anyone who wants to notice.
Is she wearing the tiara, by the way?
Yes.
She looks like an anime princess.
Yeah, Jack actually tells her so. And that the look really fits her. With a friendly smile.
Oh, thank you.
It's actually Lobo who comes walking over to you and sniffs on you a bit. What do you do?
I kneel down to pet him.
How would you know what? If you excuse Freya, I think Lobo would make a knightly curtsy with his little paws. I think that would be an adorable gesture he would make. You know what? He might say, "Now all you need is a noble steed to ride upon." If only I was a bit taller.
It's fine. I have it might not be a steed per se, but I have my bike. It's fine. Once I fix
actually,
it,
you do. You really are a princess.
Yes, now just give me a blowtorch and some oil and some tools so I can fix the damn thing. But yes, because someone didn't treat it properly.
It got treated like a droid in a Jawa sandcrawler.
Yes.
He says.
Whatever that means.
It's
You've
a
never
Star
seen
Wars
Star
reference.
Wars?
We should have like a movie night.
There's
We could
Star
have
Wars.
that on.
There's war in the stars all the time. How is this new?
What?
What are you talking about? You know, Star Wars, a movie, a really good one.
Non-interactive fictional media that you just watch, right? Sorry, I am confused.
Everybody is exchanging like glances.
I think we are kind of confused too, but
We should totally watch Star Wars, Waki says. It's a classic.
that's really good.
I think I can even get the original cut. So for someone who went and meddled with the timeline. I for one am one for all the expanded universe. Never mind. Hey, let's get to the school today. I can't wait to go to hero power practice, although I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do there.
Neither do I. I don't have powers the way you do. I
don't have, you know, I'm a ninja. That's my power. The power of believing.
I'm sure that
He gives you a thumbs up.
I'm sure that the teachers will figure out something.
Yeah.
I have the power of technology.
Maybe we can help the others with their powers using our, you know, your technology and my, precision throwing.
Excellent.
And my diversionary tactics. Who do you think you're looking most forward to seeing today? Spectral mentions sort of offhandedly. As she walks away while spinning her head 180 degrees to still look at you.
Yeah, that was creepy at all.
That's what owls do.
You know, can you please stop doing that with your head? Look down, it's a bit unnatural.
It's just a costume, she says, and spins her head back normal.
Ugh.
But yeah, hey, still, who do you look most forward to seeing? I, for one, am wanting to see Lisa do something. I suspect she has some power, but she's never used it yet.
Indeed, she never has. So even now at the breakfast, she's just putting her fingers together and just like, I don't think that's a good idea.
I know. I'm confident Rosa will do well. I'm interested in seeing what Maximilian can do.
Yeah, right. His power isn't that physical, is it? With the whole hypnosis. I mean,
Indeed.
I'm wondering. Actually, yeah, it's Chico McQuarrie just saying with a form of. I wonder how you can screw that up. I mean, screw that up, hypnosis and all. It either works or it doesn't, right?
You think so? But nothing is ever that simple.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I for one am perfectly capable of using my power. She pulls up one of her arms and gives like a muscle flex.
I think the idea of the class is to how to use your powers, without causing damage.
Oh, that makes things a bit
To
more
others.
harder. So maybe it's all about precision this time around. We'll see. We'll see. With that, we're gonna roll over to the afternoon, to the actual class. Hooray! We're gonna find ourselves, somewhere on the sports fields. Let me get Rachel back involved in here. She's gotta be somewhere around. Not here. There she is.
I'm right here.
Indeed, there you are. Alright, alright. Would you have some opening words for the class? If not, I can make them up, of course.
Well, good evening, class. She's a bit. You seems that she's a bit nervous. Weird for her.
You get a good handful of good afternoon, Miss Hartfeld.
Today, class is about power control, and unlike villainy defense 101, there is not really a book on how you control your power, as it's different from person to person. But we are going to drill into some of these theories and have some practical use also.
Indeed, very good. The first things that Miss Hartfeld has all of you do is think about the core of your power. Where does it come from? So I'm going to go around the class. First of all, let's stick with the main protagonists here. Chaos, what is the core of your power?
He doesn't really know it himself. He thinks it's just physiological.
Okay. So your core power, the core of your power is physical, psychological.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Physical.
Okay. Hey, that's a start. We need to keep this all down here, because hey, I'm gonna use this later. You're helping me here understand your characters a bit better. Physical. Okay. Is it just... Okay, where does this physical strength come from?
Mutation.
Okay. Okay. The physical strength comes from mutation. Okay. Let's leave it at that for now. Which is a good core setup. Let's see, Keith. What is the core of your power?
Well, that is fire. Or at least so thinks Keith.
Okay. Core is fire. Okay. Right, let's see. What do you guys think? His core power is fire. What am I gonna try and say? It's like, how do you understand this fire in particular? What do you think your relationship with that fire is?
His relationship with the fire. Almost how to, like, it's a part of him.
Okay, so your core power and fire is a part of you.
Yes.
That's an important thing. It's kind of, you know what? It's kind of like Chaos's mutation. They're a part of him as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one on the list is Freya. What is the core of
Physical
her
strength through DNA splicing and nanomachines.
power? Okay.
Nanomachine son.
It has to be said every time it comes up, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's a law.
Okay. Through DNA and...
I just realized Lily could mess with Freya.
Yep.
I would turn you into alien tech.
I would never do that.
Well, she could tamper with the nanomachines, but can turn very, very badly.
Oh, very well.
Indeed. Yeah. You know, just make sure she doesn't fail that roll. Okay, next one on the list is Jack Tyler. What is the core of your power?
Well, he's of course an elemental.
Okay. Core power.
And he controls air.
How exactly is that process of being turned into air? How does that get kicked off?
It's more of an emotional process than physical
Okay.
one, because the physical, being an elemental gives him basically an unnatural physical body. Like something like bullets couldn't harm her, neither would blades or this kind of stuff, because if you can't fight the wind, then sorry.
Okay. Now,
It's mental control mostly.
Lily,
And
you're a bit of an odd case. What is the core of your power?
Good freaking question. Because she doesn't have powers per se. She's good with technology and she has access to a lot of alien technology.
So you would say the core of your power is technological know-how, perhaps?
Yes. Yeah.
Know-how. Okay. We're gonna go to Spectral. Let's see. Now we know that she's a ghost, so her power, the core of her power, is being non-physical. Or maybe non-material. That's probably better.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she connects or uses that power is that she is connecting herself with things. She's connecting herself with her surrounding. Kind of like possession. Yeah, you know what? She's possessing her surrounding. That's probably the best way to put it. Surrounding. Okay. Let's see about Lobo. What is the core of his power?
Same as Freya.
So, DNA splicing and nanomachines?
Yep. Whereas hers is physical through strength. His is through agility and feats of prowess.
So you would say you're muscle and he is speed in that relation.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see who to go next to. Waki. What is the core of his power? I mean, the core of his power is thinking like a ninja. Let's go with that.
Well, he gotta need to be, he need to be able to think quickly.
Indeed.
You know what? That is the core of his power, thinking quickly. And he connects to that power by being a ninja. That's actually an interesting way of looking at it. Thanks. Helps me get to know my own NPCs a bit better. So let's look at let's save the most interesting for last. Let's go with Rosa right now. What is the core of her power?
Rose is pretty simple in that regard because it's gravity.
Gravity. And how does she connect with that gravity control?
Or as we know now, gravity is the curvature of space-time due to an energy field, but yes. She needs to be in contact with, as far as we know so far, the Earth in order to...
Okay, gravity connection.
So basically she's... her core of her power is connecting to the main gravity source in her surroundings, which is the planet they're standing on.
Through Earth, okay. Nice. Let's see, Chico McQuaddle. Okay.
That
Speed or something?
it was just that name.
The name. The power.
Yeah, the name.
The core of her power is a kind of similar to Keith. It's a meta-human body, I would call it.
I thought it was in the playbook as superhuman or something like this.
Well, sure, but she's not. NPCs aren't necessarily bound to playbooks, right?
True.
I could call it a mutant body, but that means it wasn't initially ever meant to be this way. So maybe if she was born this way, then it isn't a mutation. But maybe she's an alien either, because that's probably not where she's from, right? She seems pretty down to earth. Let's stick with the meta-human body. This expresses through unusual eyes. And using a vast energy reservoir. So she can gather up energy and release it pretty much whenever, in whatever way she needs her body to do. And she does so through her blood, actually, which is blue, if you have to wonder. So whenever she's focusing her powers, you see these blue lines crossing over her skin. That's her blood pumping.
Ah,
Lovely. That seems safe.
And it seems to glow too. So it's kind of like a dishonored whale oil.
Lovely.
So maybe she is an otherworldly being after all.
Yeah.
Let's go with Devon Ice. Well, it's kind of in the name, but so his core power is ice. We get that, right?
well, or is it? He is in a legacy who has multiple powers after all.
True. I mean, there is these, but I think okay, yeah. What is the core of his power then? I didn't want to take this away from you.
Yeah. No, I actually think about it. The easy would be ice, but then again, I would nearly say it's kind of divine.
Okay.
The core.
Divine core, okay.
He's a god, Archeriton.
Well, or more likely, or maybe maybe his grandfather made a deal with the god or something like that.
Oh,
Who
I know
knows?
about his parents and the lineage already. You don't, but
Yeah.
sure, that can be included. Some divinity to his core, yeah. That fits. Yeah, I can see that. Totally. People would definitely think that. Looking at now,
Especially
how does that
because how
manifest?
they look.
Yeah, how does that manifest?
Well, that manifests through through the ice powers, and you know how handsome everyone in his damn family is. They have been described as godlikely.
Yes.
That's how beautiful they are.
Okay. All right. Oh, who do we not have? Oh yeah, Holly. Holly Piretto. The core of her power is light. And that is expressing itself by sort of solidifying light, gathering and solidifying light. In just about any shape she can imagine, which is an interesting concept. She can imagine the shape, but she's also blind, so she can't just look at a shape and then model it after it.
Did not.
Which sometimes produces some oddities in her shapes. Like, nice. If we got time today, I'm sure we can learn a bit more about her through a little interaction. Let's go over to... since Hyos is AFK, what about Lisa? What is the core of her power?
That is actually a really good question. I would actually say her emotions in general are the core of her power.
Cool, okay.
Actually, it would be more like chaos. I would almost call it just pure out fucking chaos. Because she has because of what her power is, she basically can rip apart fucking universe if she ever could become that powerful, but she can't.
She's
Basically,
how
the nature. No, she has a power to blow shit up.
Okay,
It's called
so
it's called
chaos.
particular, because it's basically called particular kinesis. And how it happens is what happens when you split an atom now?
Makes
We
a
have
lot of
big
energy.
bluey. Yes, so we have a lot of bluey. And that's basically her base power. Just utter fucking chaos.
Okay, so the core of her power is pure chaos. That's an interesting one to work on.
Sounds stable.
Yeah, we have, of course, Maximilian Pomwell. Million. The core of his power. Okay. The core of his power is his is actually his personality. Is the way that he wants to influence other people. That's his personality. So it's the core of his power is his personality. He wants other people to do what he wants them to do. And that is manifesting itself through hypnosis. Now let's talk about, if Hayos is back, about Jennifer. What is the core of her power?
Insanity, what judging by her hair, but
I do not think he's back yet.
He isn't back yet. Let's see, who didn't we have here then?
I think we have been nearly through all of them.
I think so. With Holly, Wacko, Spectral, Chick McWaddle. Yes, she's the last one. That's fine. Now, who wants to go first in a test for their powers to control them? Who thinks, whose character would step up to try and control them?
Definitely not Keith.
And then we're going to set up, we of course have setups prepared for each character, since Miss Hartfeld has been busy all week setting that up. Also, because you all went into yourself, and thought about your powers a lot, I'm going to reduce your freak by 1 and your mundane up. You're more in touch, you're more at ease with your powers. So you feel less outlandish.
Damn it!
Damn it.
I still have a good freak.
I mean, so do I, but...
I have to shift your levels around a bit just to rustle up your game.
My best set is supposed to be superior, but that's with my Kirby Craft. My Kirby Craft is currently kind of damaged.
What was up in
Your freak
what was
goes
it again?
down 1 and your mundane goes up 1.
Okay, thought so. Just want to double check.
No. Well, if none of the main character want to be the first one in the test, then Devin is gonna raise his hand.
Yes, Devin, come on up front, Miss Hartwell says. She says, so your powers are working through a lot of the ice, right? So we're gonna have an obstacle course where you need to create ice so precise not to trip an alarm. Imagine it like one of these carnival machines where you have to put like an iron through a cage, like a obstacle course, very calmly and not to trip any of the edges. That's what he has got to do with his ice powers.
God damn it!
So he has to create ice very carefully, because we have seen that he can create lots of ice very quickly, but also at this time for him it's more about precision.
Damn it!
Okay. Now, since he is an NPC, what do you think would be narratively the most fitting thing for him to happen, Keith? Since he's your NPC, what do you think?
Well, considering that the main power is explosive power of ice, then he's gonna fail a couple of times, since he's not very good at, being careful while creating it.
Yes, his ice is zigzagging out of control relatively easily, and it's perhaps one of the first times where you see him struggle at anything.
Yes. It's incredibly powerful explosive power.
Yes,
But
and we
when
know
he
that
needs to
ice
control it-
expands very rapidly when water freezes.
Exactly, but when he needs to properly control it, it's not that good.
It's not only the fact that his little ice spike that he's creating is growing, it's also the fact that things around the ice spike are also cooling down and gathering frost. Makes it a bit harder. Well, the exercise goes for about 5 minutes. He gets some complimentary applause with that, but you can see that he seems a bit down at what is going on. And as he comes back, he walks over to you, Keith, and he says, let's hope I flip him the right way. Flip horizontally. Yeah. He says, I imagine it always been I guess it's hard. I hope you do better than me.
Keith would lay a hand on his shoulder. Well, it just means that she really found your weak point, Devin. You can't be good at everything.
It's not just my weak point, it's my entire family weak point. Subtlety is not our strong suit.
Well, you try to be a big ball of fire and talk about subtlety.
I think you should go up next, Keith. Come on.
He
He pushes you out into the field here.
All right.
Well, rip the field.
Well,
Apparently, it's elemental always first.
All right, Keith, you find yourself, your personal course is on sticks are matches set up, you know, like cinderbox matches on little sticks, and around it is cotton. You're supposed to ignite the cinder sticks, but not the cotton. Yeah, that's you're controlling it. Take as much time as you need and narrate it as best as you can. But for, you know what, narrate first and then roll, because I want to see how he approaches this before we know if he succeeds.
Well, I'm suggesting that he is not allowed to walk up to them to ignite them.
I mean, you can walk up to them or stay at the distance. It's totally up to you what you think is better for you. Heath, says Miss Hartfeld. You also have, if you need it, there's also a lighter next to you that you can use to create some fire, like a stable flame.
You know, he walks up to them, looking intense at the cinder. You know, as he then slowly, really slowly move forward with his hands and touch it, and then try to lit it on fire.
Okay, try not to grab any of the cotton in the process.
Exactly.
Yes, roll me to unleash your powers.
Oh well, that is at least one of the good ones. Apparently not. But
Whoosh! With a loud burst, the cotton and the cinder and all around you goes up into flames. So this was clearly not the right approach, but you have more practice. If you want to go for another type of approach, you can do that. You have more attempts. Also, you mark, of course, potential when you fail. You know that going up close and holding it in your hands is not the right approach.
Right. Then he still walking up to it, remains a bit of distance this time, just a little bit. He looks at the cinder. He imagines it is in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Then he closes his eyes. And then he snaps his fingers. And then hopefully it goes into flame. This time.
Unleash your powers again. Partial hit. Okay. Right. So the flame does get set alight on the cinder block, and that is very good. You actually, it seems that the more distance you have, even just imagining it instead of touching it, seems to have a lot more predictable, a lot more subtle reaction of the flame. You actually surprisingly have a similar problem as Devon has, which is you're too explosive when it comes to close contact with it, the power. And after a few moments, the flame grows bigger and bigger and bigger and starts burning the candy. Is there anything you can do about it?
Yes, he can try to reduce the fire. Basically, he can try to absorb fire. So, and that's what he's going to try to do. So Does not burn everything.
You suck up the flames with your hands or your mouth or your feet?
He actually holding out his hands, and then the flames would just begin to slowly, slowly get smaller. But it's like there's a, the small spikes of energy going into his hand.
Do your hands start smoking?
No, it's not.
Okay.
And they are really hard to see. Maybe even Keith does not know what's going on right at the. He does not know it.
Okay. Very well done, Keith. You gotta keep practicing doing things with your mind. Preferably somewhere where there's not much flammable. Trying igniting matches is a really good way to practice fire control.
Yeah, understood. He walks back. Yes, that was definitely hard.
Let's see, who's up next?
Well, Jack can go, since he's also an elemental, so it actually does make sense for him to do it.
Alright. Very good, very good. Let's see, Jack, okay. Right. You have a wind tunnel. With changing wind speeds and currents that you need to navigate through. So your challenge is to keep yourself mobile as the air is, while at the same time controlling your direction.
Okay. He shall try his best. Let's see how good he's...
Well, first of all, you have to describe how you do it. How is Jack turning into an air elemental, and how is he going into this wind tunnel? What are his expectations and his plan?
No, his plan is more or less to just walk in and then manipulate the air around him to allow him to just move easily through it.
Okay.
Think about it so that if you have multitudes of different winds, if you control just the ones around you, then you can basically make a little bubble for yourself where there's no problems.
Okay, very good, very good. Roll to unleash your powers then.
Think about it like in the eye of the hurricane is extremely calm. Think about it that kind of sense thing.
That is what you're trying to do. Very good. You can try and do that.
Let's do unleash my powers then.
You try and do this. However, you set off an alarm that says you're not supposed to coordinate the winds around you. You coordinate your own body within the winds. You have to control it within the wind. So don't create an air, like a windless bubble around yourself. Use the winds with you as being part of them.
I guess he could then try and just harness the winds around him to just basically float to the other side.
Indeed, that seems like a better idea in this case. Just to practice that you need to control not just yourself with wind, because you can do that. Very good, you've been trained that. But control the winds around you. This is also a reference to being a team leader.
Fair enough, so I guess I'll roll unleash these powers again.
Yes, indeed. Make sure to mark your potential when you fail, because you can grow from this.
Nope.
Not...
What is it that is distracting you at the moment?
Maybe it's the fact that Umbra is here. It's a lot more easier to use control when you know that your mentor is directly behind you and will eviscerate you if you don't basically do a superb job.
Okay, so you fail at your example. Mostly because you don't, Miss Hartfell asks you, what went wrong, Jack?
Nah, perhaps I can't focus well enough without my mentor present, really, or there being proper danger around.
Okay.
This is just an exercise, so...
You shift up the label that your mentor embodies and shift down the one that he refuses what's the word for that?
Denied.
Denies. Yeah, please do so.
Let's freak up and mundane down.
Well, so much for that.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. You want to be more freakish then. You know, you gotta be more like your mentor. Fear your mentor.
vet inte jag så. Ja.
Chaos,
Jag
you're
har
up.
blåsa
If you
funnits
can.
genom tungan.
Chaos, are you there?
Yes.
Everything all right on your side? You sound distracted.
Yeah, just family.
Okay, so if you want, you could step up. You or Jennifer.
Yes, we'll step up if he is asked to.
Absolutely.
He kind of looks a bit like, okay, what am I supposed to do now?
Okay. What you're gonna have to do is... Let's see. Core of your power is physical. So, what you're gonna have to navigate through is a beefed up version of what clearly Umbra designed. The testing dummies that you were fighting, those with the swinging arms. These ones look a lot more beefy. And at the same time, you're gonna... Miss Hartfeld actually calls for Rosa to help her out with this and increase the gravity 3 times.
Oh dear.
In the training field. So you're gonna feel yourself a lot heavier and harder and more pulled towards the ground.
Okay.
Now think about what your character's boosts are. The tough skin, the flames, and pretty damn strong.
Let's see. It's the inhuman strength and impenetrable armor.
Indeed, you're not fast, so you're unlikely to avoid these swings coming at you. You're not going to be able to dodge with that high gravity, slowing you down.
He doesn't need to, though.
Indeed.
He doesn't need to dodge.
Indeed, and that is all part of what you need to think about when you use your powers.
The entirety of the course.
Indeed, not the entirety of the course, just the part where it seems like they're gonna always push you backwards with their swing. So to make it through there, you're gonna need to push forward despite lots of swings coming your way, drumming in on you.
He'll see his feet down, get a good grip, and then just rush it, basically. Tackle anything out of the way.
Roll to unleash your powers as you're trying to break through the environment. Indeed, why do you succeed so much? Why is it going so well for you? Or maybe...
Because, well... He doesn't really understand it himself, but probably his body adapts to the situation at hand and increases his overall strength to match the situation at hand and to allow him to move more freely.
Right, yeah, we as the audience probably might even see your muscles getting bigger and your skin getting tougher wherever it is struck. Yeah, nice.
Probably tough enough so that if where the strikes hit, they basically just shatter whatever is getting struck. Or well,
yeah,
they almost
sure,
strike
absolutely.
Just shatters.
You're stomping through that like a dinosaur. Even Rosa's impressed.
Indeed.
Well, he just trudges on then.
Yeah, perhaps this is one of... Perhaps the core of your powers is actually the mutation, and it expresses itself through your body adapting to the situation. Perhaps that's better at just saying it is physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, might help you understand your power a bit better. Right. There's one really strong swing, though, coming your way. And you're gonna have to take me a powerful blow. As BOM, it smashes into you.
Okay.
It's like a swinging hammer coming to smack you. Maybe Umbra went
9.
a bit too far there. Choose one from the list.
Okay, just gonna bring that up. I haven't brought them up because
Okay.
I was.
You lash out
I'm
verbally
bringing them up.
against... Okay,
I'm bringing them up.
very well.
Okay. Hmm. I mean, out of those 3, it would be Obsession Gate run, but at this moment, I kind of would want it to be a 10, actually.
Okay, go for it. Hey, if you wanna be having a narrative, more narrative effect, go for it. What would be the thing you choose on a 10?
Lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way.
Absolutely, you can do
no.
that. What is it gonna do? Do describe what happens.
Let's see. How does this dummy look?
It's really just a swinging hammer. It kind of looks like, this sort of thing. It goes to swing at you this way. And I guess that's you.
Okay. Well, it
That's his tail.
probably hits him straight to the head. It makes him basically it presses him back a bit. Then you can see a bit of shifting the back of his on his back due to the muscles changing before he grabs onto the hammer and just rips the entire thing out of the ground and just throws it God knows how far out into the city.
Okay, let me note that down.
Oh god.
Hooray.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
If it had been more than one, I would have used something else, but since it's only one, I'm going with this.
Okay, I'm sure this is gonna land somewhere. Meanwhile, okay, we just see it twinkle in the sky.
Boom.
Bling. God, so that was chaos. Chico McWaddle wants to step up to not, after you showed off, she wants to show off as well. Her concentration, where is she? Let's see, Spectral, Lobowalkie, there she is. Okay, one of her biggest problems when using her power is that she goes all out. Well, I think some of you have noticed that by now.
No, really. I would never have guessed.
So what she is to do is use a punch to swing a ball upwards towards a certain height, kind of like a pendulum swing like you have there, Ayos. And she's only supposed to get it to a 90-degree angle like that.
Okay.
And she's, of course, putting both her feet down, stomping on the ground to anchor herself, and then just blows and that thing goes spinning wildly. So, of course, the first attempt, and it seems to really just to be a thing on a stick, so she's got to try softer and softer punches, to see until she gets it right. You hear a loud grumbling coming from her stomach. She's getting hungry quick. Real quick. Alright, next person up is Lobo. Since he's the quicker version, he has a similar setup like Chaos had to use, but the punches are not as heavy, not as hard, but a lot quicker. So he's got to bob and weave his way through an onslaught of small pummels.
So do we just narrate for them?
Yeah, what do you think would be the best narrative outcome for Lobo here?
Honestly, if nothing else, he has complete control of his powers as they are basically just built into him.
Okay.
His downfall is more because his powers are just being fast and quick and agile. So this course is nothing to him, but he can't really help out when something's throwing laser beams and stuff.
Okay, because exactly that happens. He has to. He has a laser grid in front of him that he had to maneuver through, but now there's a solid wall of laser. What could he do? Looking around, there must be a way to get through this obstacle for him, of course, but could it be?
He'll dig his way down under it.
That is clever. I'll let it pass.
That makes the dog solution.
He digs his way through the thing. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let me just note down what he lacks there. Let's see, Holly is up next. And Holly has to defend herself against incoming projectiles in the simulation of, balls on a string, essentially. Kind of playing dodgeball. The problem for Holly is that she doesn't know where the dodgeballs are coming from, so she's using like a light bubble around herself in all directions. And before long, she is sneezing and gasping. And her defense flickers and she gets smacked over the head by a ball and falls on over.
Oh.
Who wants to be a savior?
Let's see, I didn't unlock the power, did I?
Could, but I have -2.
Keith is definitely going to try to save her. It's gonna end badly, though.
Roll savior.
Because I'm insecure. I'm insecure. I'm not good at saving people.
I have -2 to savior.
But granted, I need to remember the fact that failing means I get potential.
God damn it! Wait, do I have influence over? No, I don't. Damn it!
Defend. Okay.
If I had, I would succeed. God damn it.
Okay. Alright, so that means you escalate the situation. She was reaching for her EpiPen, but you stormed towards her to save her and happened to kick it far away. It goes flying into a bush.
Yeah.
Now you have her in sort of on the ground trying to get air.
Hold on.
I'm getting the pen! Runs over to the bush.
Wow. Yeah, it's a thicket, to say the least. You're trying to find the needle in a haystack. Anyone else who can really help? Because a lot of people are, especially her teammates, are gathering up around Holly.
What's the precarious situation she's currently in?
She's suffering like an immunal reaction. She's all her neck is stuffed, basically, swelled up, so she can't really breathe.
Okay, so well, I wish I had taken the move now that allows me to use Savior as well to defend using another bit using Freak. But oh well, what could possibly go wrong when I'm insecure?
You could also help by finding the pen, of course.
Yeah. You know what? Yes, I will do that because I can assess the situation.
Hey, that sounds good.
Yes. This I should be good at, however. Assess the situation! Yep.
Full hit. Okay, ask me 2 questions from the list.
Assess the situation. Well, we know how to best end this quickly. Find the pen. Well, these are weird.
Or I can just, I think...
I want to find the pen.
Yeah, okay. What here can I use to find the pen? It's probably... You need a powerful magnet.
Oh, that's not a problem. I'm sure I have it somewhere.
Or you need something that can find traces of the pen's chemicals.
Yeah, that's even more likely to have me. Something I have with me. Wrist computer, go!
Yeah, I mean, if you have something to scan the area for, non-biological components, which would probably be the material of a pen, plastic,
yep,
or metal. I guess it's metal, otherwise magnets would work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you activate your wristwatch. You find it's laying there in the bushes, and you can go and grab it.
I'm going to grab it.
Yeah, going over to Holly, you quickly do you want to inject it into her, or do you want to just hand it to her? Because she knows what to do with it.
Yeah, I think I would prefer to give it to her because she probably knows better how to use it.
Alright, she stitches herself with the EpiPen and quickly gets better. You take influence over her, because you technically did save her.
Yay! Holly!
She
Getting in
coughs.
the way of Keith.
I probably overdid it.
That was silly.
I overdid it way too much. Thank you, Lily.
You're welcome! I feel like I was trying to channel the Righteous Ranger there. I failed. Oh well.
She would try to get up and incidentally is coming close to touching your face. Do you let her?
I don't know what her powers that way, so yes.
Okay. Okay. You're gonna have to, since Holly suddenly touches your face more incidentally or something, you feel, you might not know this, but she does get a glimpse of one of your secrets. She seems to be having a bit of a mind read on you, but just one thing.
Well, I think I know the most
tell
obvious.
Openly.
Yeah,
You choose. Choose.
Yeah. Well, there is one topic I've been kind of dodging so far, isn't it? There, so I think the choice is kind of obvious.
And what is that, though?
My home.
Okay. Would she get a glimpse of how it looks there on the surface, or view from space, or?
Probably kind of both. But first, a short glimpse from space, and then from the ground mostly, just seeing how alien it is.
Okay. To your surprise, Holly pulls her hand away and makes a surprise, like something between a screech and a gasp. And she's seemingly startled by what she just perceived.
Do I know that she perceived something, or?
Yeah, she touched you and then she pulled her hand back and screeched like, ah! Well, that was probably a little less weak, a little more real.
How are you?
I'm fine. What
Is
was
everything
that?
Okay? What was what?
Nothing. I'm not sure. Don't worry about it. I'm probably just. I'm fine. She blows her nose on a tissue.
All right then. Well, just make sure to not overexert yourself, okay?
Yeah, this was a difficult test. I couldn't see these things coming, so I had to just go. I guess I shouldn't have gone all out and just let some of them hit me and block others, or find a better solution. I don't know. I need to perceive them somehow. I'll think about it.
I trust that you'll be able to find a way.
Right. Now, think a person we've all been waiting for. It's Lisa's turn.
Rip school!
She's just really like looking at her feet, pushing her fingers together. It's like, I'm not sure if I can do anything.
Keith, how would Miss Hartfeld encourage Lisa? The challenge is similar to that of Chaos. She's got a match and she needs to explode the match. That's all. A small little cube. And it's actually...
Do you mean similar to Keith, not
Similar
Chaos?
to Keith, yes. Sorry, my bad. With the names.
They are the same person.
Well,
No, they're not.
And it is at a good distance, you know. And there's sandbags mounted up in front of her, and the rest of the class can get into cover.
well, she would walk over to her, put her hand on her shoulder. Try to close your eyes and focus. You do not have to worry about hurting anyone, Lisa.
I
I'm
don't
going-
think this is a good idea.
No. If anything bad should happen, I am here. Just try. Close your eyes and try to imagine the box center in your head.
She closes her eyes and she actually kind of waves the others back a bit. It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
Can you-
everybody is in
can
a
you-
bunker some distance away. Yes.
yeah, it's like, which is very hilarious because she's such a shy little girl.
Hmm.
But of course she does. She closes her eyes and focuses, and every one of you can probably see her body tensing.
Hmm.
Before she, of course, tries to explode the thing, but I can tell you 100% certainty it's not gonna go well.
Go ahead. We need this to build a character of Lisa. You know, she's got to start somewhere, and this is a starting point. As any beginning of her journey.
It's one of those things that at first, absolutely nothing happens, and it's like, chirp, chirp, you know? You might hear a bird in the distance, maybe a tumbleweed going by.
Yes.
It looks like absolutely nothing happens. And then there's this fucking absolutely massive boom, and half the training ground is just a crater afterwards.
Where in
It's just
relationship
fucking
to
gone.
the crater is Lisa?
Oh, she's completely unharmed.
Yeah, is she?
She's at
is
the
she?
edge of the-
And the
She would
space
be
around
at the
her?
edge of-
At the edge. Okay, very well.
At the edge. I mean, yeah, the little box or whatever, it's completely incinerated, but so is that half of the whole training ground. There's just a crater left, and she's standing at the edge of it. Like the wind from the explosion just gently waving her hair a bit.
Okay. Debris slowly start raining down in a gentle drizzle.
She looks even shyer after that than before, like pushing her fingers together and be like,
You know
That's
what?
certainly impressive. That's what we call a WMD back where I'm come from. I don't know what you call it here, but
You
Well.
call that what now?
WMD, weapon of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
not wrong.
And that was just her focusing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is certainly a place to start, Lisa. Have you ever made a smaller explosion? Miss
Not
Hartfeld
really.
asks.
Not really.
You
Once I
know,
exploded the clock's house.
you know what? Then if this is the smallest explosion you've ever made, then that's an improvement.
If you say so.
Would Miss Hartfeld do a Mr. Sunshine smile?
Oh no.
No,
Please,
not a
no.
Mrs. Well, yes, of course.
Oh
He
no.
would.
Why?
What do you
Because
think,
he's been-
Lisa? Why was this explosion smaller than the ones before?
Because, hey, I have 20 of my classmates behind me and I really don't want to hurt them. And also, I have zero trust in Rachel's ability to actually protect anything. Especially from something that can explode even her, just like, oh, oops. You know, she's seen guts raining from the sky before, so this is not something she would rather see again.
A lot of, at least a lot of people in Class C are quite stunned and surprised. You know, Spectral looking at her wide-eyed, Chikumekwalu making like an ooh motion. I bet I can make a crater this big. You hear her say. Now, Lisa,
That was the smallest one I could make.
Miss Hartfeld says, it seems that what keeps your explosion small is your will not to harm people. And that is a good intention to have. I'd say you should set up test dummies around in a place where probably very few people are, probably on the water somewhere. Or perhaps from the beach. Yeah, the beach might be good. And try to keep your explosion not to harm the dummies. You've got to do this more often.
Explosion!
The more you do it, the more you can control it.
I don't think that's a good idea, because if I don't control it as much as I do now, I just explode stuff randomly around me.
She's Megumin. I approve of this.
I've already exploded at like 4 of our homes which we lived in the past, so until I learned control, so I'd rather do it.
Would you like some one-on-one training?
I don't really think I'm cut out to be a hero, if I'm honest. I mean, my power isn't really something that can save anyone.
Nonsense. A lot of heroes start off with very intimidating powers that they have to get a control about. Take Mr. Sunshine, for example. He probably has smashed more places than he admits. But he's been consistently working on himself, so that does not happen anymore.
Yes, Rachel knows a lot about destroying places.
Yes, like, you know, ripping out doors from their handle.
Yes, but super strength is easier to control than exploding things. I mean, I don't see any where my power could actually help anyone.
Don't worry then. I'm sure we'll find a way your power can be very useful. Just give it some time. You're still young. You can grow. Have confidence in yourself. And at the same time, be as careful as you are right now. You're not doing anything wrong, Lisa. You can come out of hiding now, everyone.
I think Chaos wouldn't actually have hidden, because he can survive explosions and have done so before.
You know what?
Well,
Yes.
Training.
I'm gonna say Lisa. As Lisa looks around, she sees Chaos, the only one of the class who has not hidden away.
He just sat there, most likely just.
And you know what? He's perhaps sitting a bit further away, but not too distant from the crater. How would Lisa react seeing there's someone who's not afraid of her and her powers?
She would actually pinch back a bit, like totally flag a bastard, before just looking around if there's, like, okay.
No one
Before
else
just head-
but Chaos.
She would probably head right next to him and just plop next to him, just like so. I was
Chaos,
like, well,
what
you
would
accept
say
me,
to
I
her?
accept you.
What do you say to her, if anything? I know you're more of the silent type.
That was cool.
Oh, I think you think so. I don't think it's very useful.
Still cool.
If you
Don't
say
look
so.
at me.
I think you are cool too. And she actually gives you a bit of a smile.
Thank you.
And you could actually probably sense that she's actually quite honest with that.
Let's see. That might be a move you're doing there, Chaos. You're opening up to someone, telling them that, okay, you know what, I'm gonna make this count. So you told Lisa that she's, you think her powers are cool. And Lisa in turn, does Lisa think he's more human or less human?
I don't think that actually, to be honest, it's not something that matters to her at all. It's more of a case like she just sees him as a person, just like anyone else.
Okay. So
because to her, people are what they are on the inside rather than what's on the outside.
Okay, that means here, so you get to clear a condition and shift mundane up and any other label down. Because she sees the whom inside of you.
One, and I don't have any conditions.
If you don't have a condition, then mark potential.
Woohoo!
And shift shift your mundane up and any other label down.
That. I've done that.
Okay, which one did you shift down?
Superior.
Okay,
1 plus
fair.
1.
That's nice. Okay. Yeah.
They're having bonding time.
Indeed, indeed. If you want, either Lisa or Chaos could give each other influence, only if you want.
I would say this is going to give influence to Chaos.
Woohoo!
Okay, nice.
Because why not? I mean, she's not one to take advantage of others in the first place, and it's more of a case like someone finally actually is not basically deathly afraid of her power. Because it is honestly super dangerous.
Indeed.
Well, had you seen him survive the explosion during the test, she would probably have been like, what?
No, but it's not even that because she actually literally tears matter apart. That's what it's called. That's why it's called particular kinesis.
Oh.
Particular kinesis. That's basically her power.
Nice. Speaking of
weirdness.
Speaking of tearing things apart, we're gonna have Jennifer up next. Since Jennifer can cut in an area around herself pretty much just a lot of things with her mind. Will.
Very much.
Okay, here's what she has as a challenge. There is on a little going round and round, and she's got to stand in the middle of something going round and round. That doesn't work. Hold on a second. Round and round. There we go. She's got to stand right here in the middle. And on that thing goes round and round a wooden plate. And it has the motif of an elephant on it. And she needs to carve out the elephant while it's moving. And she's not allowed to cut into the elephant. She's got to get it as accurate as possible while it's moving about. I'm gonna move her into the middle of that.
So
How would
it's
she
small
perform?
square.
Yes, it's about 1 meter in 1 meter diameter, and the image of an elephant is marked in on it, and she's supposed to trail the outlines. There are rounds and straight shapes and zigzags.
Should you create a sphere around it and then basically start removing small chunks of it as she trails the pattern?
How does it look that she's trailing the pattern? Does she use her fingers to wave it in the air?
She fingers as she manipulates how it rotates and whatnot.
She's got to constantly turn, and do you feel that she's getting dizzy? Does that affect her accuracy at all? Since it's
Let's
not
roll
moving
for
still.
it.
Roll 2d6
Let's roll
then.
for it.
Yeah, it does very much affect her. She's actually failing at this. She starts, the elephant starts getting a few scratches into the middle of it, and pieces of it fall off. I think she just chopped off its tail.
Well, all things considered, when you spin around too much, you get dizzy.
Indeed, indeed. How could she do better? What would help her?
Stop the platform.
Okay, how could she stop the platform?
Expand the field and cut out a section around her. So
Alright,
that
yeah.
the section around her doesn't move.
Indeed, she can cut the track and the thing would stop moving. I like the idea of that. Now, as it's standing still, I'm sure she can make it very accurate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think her biggest weakness is a target that is moving really quickly. She's losing a lot of accuracy if something is moving and not holding still.
If it's moving too much, at least.
Of course, that is very dangerous for the target in question, but if it is especially for something living, she's got to watch out and possibly not even use her powers then, She's just gonna harm people. Okay. Jennifer. Okay. Let's see who gets to go next. Yeah, Freya. You're up.
You're up. Be very afraid.
Let's see. Freya. Okay, yes. It seems Umbra had something in mind for you. You have the same thing similar thing that Hayos had to go through. However, you notice electric currents are running along the ground. So you can't touch the ground. The floor is lava. It's gonna fry your nanomachines.
Oh, that's just lovely.
Or at least shock them and get them out of bounds. So you're gonna watch your footing, most of all. How are you gonna approach that? There's still these swinging dummies with their arms and trying to box you back to where you came.
Well. She wants to test herself. So she's just gonna barrel through this insurmountable electric barrier and see if she can power through the electric currents to prove that that's not a weakness.
Oh, very good. Yeah, let's find out if that even is a weakness or not. You have something where you can... That's actually a move you're using. That's fine.
Yes, physics what physics.
Okay, yes. It would be insurmountable,
physics?
but, you're a weird one. Okay. On an 8, you do it. However, okay, the effect is unstable or temporary. All right, or more or less. Okay, you make it halfway through as you suddenly notice your legs shivering and your legs not really working as much anymore. You make it all the way to the end, but at that point, you can't really walk anymore. You're just crawling on all twos, your arms.
She'll shift her weight, and once she's past, she'll basically handstand and walk on her hands. Once she's past that, and that's basically how she's gonna walk around in quotation marks until the feeling in her legs come back.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
A creative solution.
Basically like this.
I want to know.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Doc
Well,
don't give a fuck.
No.
I'm just going to, make sure she's not pissing, right?
No, of course not.
I hope not.
Good.
Poor Doggo. I just typed Doggo like walking on front legs. That was the first thing coming up.
Of course it was.
Okay.
So stupid, that video.
It is indeed. Well, okay. Focusing back in here.
Silly dog. That's not how you dog.
So, you went through this very stubbornly, Miss Hartfeld says. Perhaps, you made it, but you gotta think sometimes about adapting a little bit to your environment.
Oh.
You're not gonna be much use to your team without any legs to walk on.
I think my Skype might have cut out a little bit.
Oh.
It sounded like that.
So is there something before that?
No, Miss Hartfeld just said you're gonna need to be adapting a bit to your surrounding instead of barreling through, or willy-nilly. You could get yourself seriously hurt on a real scenario. But I suppose you made it, so technically that was well controlled with your powers. You managed to get through just in the nick of time. Any slower and you would have been laying there, all paralyzed.
Physics, what physics?
But that does prove a point that electricity can harm your nanomachines and your ability to be as strong. I think you could still walk normally, but they actually might be a hindrance, as in making you slower than normal.
She used restart Skype because
Okay.
it's being finky.
No problem, no problem.
See the Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the day goes on a bit with Wacky and Spectral getting their go. Spectral has to catch small projectiles coming towards her. She's using thin, what would you call it, fishing lines to get into contact with the objects flying towards her. And she seems very much like some kraken with all her little tentacles in terms of fish lines that she moves around. Wacky's precision training is much about moving fast, dodging out of the way of incoming things, much like Chaos, while at the same time having enough precision like Chico Mequal with his kunai throws and swings. He's got a sword prop that he uses. Maximilian needs some volunteers. Who would volunteer for him?
I.
All right.
Yes, Lily is interested.
Okay. Maximilian says you have an unusually nice dress today.
Thank you. It's lovely.
You hear from the backfield, "Hold it!" It's Waki who says, "This is my gift for you."
Hmm? Oh!
Aw, thank you.
And from the other side here, Maximilian yell, "Objection! You wouldn't have gotten that idea was it not for me giving her a gift first."
Oh my god, they're actually fighting over me. I approve of this.
Miss Hartfeld yells, "Order in my training room!" It is lovely that you give each other's gifts and grow too fondly together, but right now Maximilian just needs some volunteers.
How many?
Well, as many as want.
Chaos steps up.
Yes, Chaos. He starts hypnotizing you. You feel in your mind that if you are just following along, you're gonna have all you can eat tomorrow. All you can eat. All you need to do is lift your right leg and right arm. And you'll have all the food you want.
Alright.
So you do. Wonderful. Of course, this is not me suggesting that you need to do this. You want to do this all by yourself.
Obviously.
Lily,
Yes, master. Yep.
you look the most beautiful with pink hair. This is
I do. It's a pleasant thing.
It is a pleasant thing. So all you need to do is turn your hair color pink. Of course, you know, this is the best idea to do in this situation anyway, so don't even think about it.
I turn my hair color pink whenever I can, so yay!
Hair color turns pink. Of course, you know...
I can't do it at will, but yeah, I'm amused enough of the situation, I think.
Interesting. I didn't... Okay. You're now very, very angry. Because you realize someone broke your bike.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What hair color would her hair turn? If she gets angry, does she get angry?
I had already. I put the wrong color on that one. Now I need to figure that out. I only have a color for red. I have one for black. Angry.
Wait, red isn't angry?
No.
Red is horny.
I would say that.
Everyone knows this.
Oh my.
Jeez. Angry. What could be another angry color that's not red? I have black for depressed.
How about gray?
I have gray already. It's for let's see what.
Lime.
No. I could be boring. I said fiery, fire red.
Okay, sure.
I'll put it in. I can't come up with anything better right now.
Okay, fine. Your hair turns bright red, and he says,
Yes.
"Ta-da! When I snip my fingers, you're going to wake back up again." And he snips his fingers.
And my hair turn. I just blink and my. I would probably slightly confused, wouldn't I? Briefly, at least.
Yeah,
That
you're
would
confused
be-
about your emotions, why your hair color isn't the color that which you currently identify yourself with. in terms
Yes.
of emotion.
What? But huh? What? And then her hair turns white, and everything is right with the world. Well, it's not right with the world, but it's white. That makes more sense, at least.
And Hayos, you find yourself standing on one leg, raising your arm, and all of a sudden the smell of food is gone. Where's the food gone? Where's the food gone? There should have been food here right now.
That Pomwell and just glares. You better give me up like you need tomorrow.
Well, my job here is done. He flings his cape and walks off. Quickly away from Hayos.
Loud grumbling sounds from Hayes' stomach.
Alright. I think that's, we skipped over a few, or did them more briefly, but I think that was everyone. Rosa.
Not me, but...
Oh, Rosa and Lily, right, sorry. Lily, demonstrating your powers. Okay, there is a broken microwave. And you're supposed to repair it. Yes, I'm not gonna let this go. Ever.
No, you're not. I hate you.
This is beautiful. This is gonna be the brick joke of our series.
Yes. Possibly wrong.
Yeah, here's the thing. No, wait. That is what the man described as a wash machine, isn't it? Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yes, so the question is, what does a washing machine actually do? And how does a washing machine look when it's functioning? Ooh.
Well, it cleans things, I assume?
Yes. But how is the question? And since you have the technology of your people at your hands, it could work.
I mean,
just about
hypersonic
anywhere.
vibrations, obviously! What else would you use to clean things?
Okay, go for it.
Ultrasonic vibrations.
I think this would be one of your moves where you make it do something that it couldn't do before.
Yes, alien tech.
Alien tech, okay. Roll for it.
Yep.
Okay. The microwave is...
It's no longer emitting microwaves, it's emitting ultrasonic, well, ultra waves, basically. A very high frequency that just breaks down dirt.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Roll me to unleash your power still, to see if there's any side effects.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Lowered.
Beautiful. Mark potential, though.
Yep.
Freya and Lobo, you suddenly hear this very high-pitched voice in your head that just makes you go mad. You want it to stop. At the same time, everybody feels the ground. The dirt on the ground just starts hoovering, like it's on a giant speaker.
Yeah. What's going on?
The microwave goes faster and faster.
Working as intended, guys.
You can see the glass in the windows by a building nearby starts cracking.
Working as intended.
Okay.
Hayes doesn't believe that.
Yeah. How does the class stop this maniacal machine?
It's working fine.
Hayes would walk up to it and just lift it up and just crush it.
Car alarms going off in the neighborhood.
My machine.
Well, at least you made something very wonderful out of it.
Yes.
Albeit you may have overshot a little with the
It
frequency.
cleans things. That's what a washing machine does, right?
All
Or
of you
microwave.
feel your ears somewhat cleaner and perceiving everything a lot clearer than usual. You also feel your nostrils have been cleared of any snot that used to be in it. You can breathe clearly now.
Hmm.
See? It's perfect. Working as intended. It cleans things. I mean, it has already a waveform generator. I just boosted it up a bit and changed frequency a little bit. Fine.
Wow.
Hales gives the scrap to Lily.
Oh.
Good work, Lily, Rosa says. I'm sure it would have been, it would have been no problem if we were somewhere where there's not as much civilization going around. And we needed a way to notify people of our existence. Or bring down a plane, gee.
Inside Rachel's mind is just like, all those complaints.
Rosa's test. What would Rosa's test be about, ideally?
Similar to Keith, she's afraid of and Lisa even more so. Like, she's afraid of her powers after all, just hurting people with them. So again, precision will probably be something that she would.
Okay, yes. She's got a ball that is rolling on a table. And she can shift the gravity on the table to move the ball around obstacles and hazards. So she needs to, guide the ball around obstacles to make it to the final goal and out of the maze. That's what she's got to do with gravity. Kind of like you use these usually we tilt things, but she can simulate gravity, so that's even better for her.
Yep.
Without, of course, breaking the walls and the ball and everything.
Yeah. I mean, she will walk up to the table and put her hands on it, because otherwise she won't be able to do this. But after that, I think it works pretty well to start with. I mean, towards the end, I think they might have started developing... Is this a wooden table?
Sure. Could be plastic, could be metal, whatever you choose.
It's wooden, then you would see cracks in the legs.
Okay, good.
Kind of put too much pressure on the thing. Oops. But otherwise, I actually think she would handle it fairly okay.
Nice. Yeah. Gives her some confidence, and he's very finicky. I mean, usually controlling the gravity of big things is a lot easier than small things that are very nimble.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
You just see her grabbing the table with her hands, just staring at this ball intently.
Okay. Yeah. And with that, Miss Hartfeld says, you all did a good job. You now know where you stand with your powers. And you hopefully picked up some ideas on how to improve. And you get to know your own powers a bit better. Because knowing is half the battle.
Oh dear. You had to go there, didn't you?
I did indeed.
I'm not sure how to feel about this.
Like Mr. Sunshine used to say, you can't train a part of yourself you don't know you have.
Okay, I know how to feel about this. I'm going to hate you for the rest of eternity.
Wait, what? What had Rachel done against you?
Mr. Sunshine has done a lot of things wrong towards everyone.
Yeah, like torturing us with his smile and his words and his gestures and talking about sunshine and whatever.
Exactly.
At least you and Umbra are in perfect agreement on that. Jack likes him though.
You people just needed more sunshine in your life.
No, Optrix did not like sunshine either.
Have yourselves a happy weekend, everyone. Class dismissed.
What is a weekend?
A weekend is a time where everyone is resting, recovering, and not going to work unless you work specific jobs. But you have free school days, so no school at those 2 days. Tomorrow
Lovely.
and the day after tomorrow.
Yay, I can spend all day fixing my hair!
And your bike, from what I've gathered. I've actually looked into this a bit. It seems that a Mrs. Novoros picked up your bike at the police station.
Huh.
Is that your mother?
No.
The police officer said she pretended to be your mother.
My mother is far away at the moment.
I see, so someone pretended to be a family member to get to your bike. We
Yes.
have also designated a parking space in a garage for your bike. That way it stays dry once autumn comes, and nobody's gonna get tempted by seeing it. Plus, it's lockable.
I don't see why I wouldn't even need to do that.
So that
Trust
other
people
people... You can trust people here, but there's always people who want to get their hands on things they don't understand.
They're besmirching the good name of humanity.
That they do, that they do. And the worst part about it, Miss Hartfeld leans into Lily, they think they're doing it a good one.
Sanity.
That's not sanity. I think deep down, every person has a bit of good in them. Some people just have it more than others.
Like you?
How would she react,
I know.
Keith? I mean, saying that.
I deliberately know that would be a difficult question for her to hear.
You know, well, I definitely have a good heart.
Good. You might not be having a heart attack anytime soon. Excellent.
You know, yeah, I hopefully don't have. You know, you see, you know, that's red trouble, you know, just going down a cheek. Then she will also say to the class, you know, before they go, that if anyone ever wants, you know, one-on-one training, she is always ready to help you.
Oh, thank you.
And then she would very much like to speak to Lisa after class.
Okay, she can do that. Sure, Lisa, if you're up for a bit one-on-one chat, roleplay it out.
Sure, she would be up to it because she would basically just try and kind of inch away, since they were dismissed, like totally away from the other people. Anyway,
but you know,
she's easily pretty much just trying to sneak away, but she's easily caught.
Yes. When they are alone, she would ask, Lisa, why are you here?
What do you mean?
Well, it seems to me that you have no... what to say it? It's looked like you have already given up.
Well, if someone can come up with anything that would actually be helpful for me using my powers for good, then sure, but so far I'm here because Jack's here and he's my friend. If I can help him, that's the main thing.
Lisa. It's really nice to see that you are here for a friend, but you have to think you need to go your own way too. Especially because taking this school doesn't really unlock that many job offers around.
Oh, I'm
yeah, I still have to
doing-
give someone a high five. God damn it! I forgot to get about this. Oh well, I just read through my note. But all right.
I do a lot of self-study, so it's fine.
I really want you to think over the weekend if this is really the place you want to be.
I'm sure.
I'm
we'll...
only saying this because I'm worried about you. I want what's best for you.
2 times use combat skirt, pink. Yes, I had to write that down.
Whenever your garment would fail in any situation, it is going to make it through intact.
Yes.
All right, now we'll think about it. But now, I'm excused.
Yes, of course, unless you want to see the outro real quick.
Say what?
The outro today.
Ah.
We skip to a run-down apartment where 2 kids are sitting, 1 girl and 1 boy. The girl has black hair and the boy has white hair, and they're like, "Man, can't believe they caught our father. We're never gonna see him again. They're gonna keep him locked up forever. Yeah, and the worst thing is I think they're gonna come for us." And then there's a knocking at the door. And they're all like, "Oh, shh, get ready, that's them." The door gets smashed in, and both of them, the boy launches itself at the person walking in, and while the girl summons from behind her back a torrent of flame that gushes towards their assailant. It is, of course, one specific person who just smashed in the door. Its black arm grabs the boy and slams him into a nearby wall as the white cloth covers herself over the incoming fire, and the fire dissipates rather quickly. And this person says with a whispery voice, "I have heard what happened to your father. It is because of the heroes who he made deals with. You see, you can't deal with heroes who play by no rules. They'll always keep villains like us down. If you want to see your father free again, that can be arranged. All I need you to do is show the city what true power means." The kids both look at each other, and that is where we're gonna end today.
If that girl is inspired by Cinder, I approve. If you have not watched the show, then you have missed something awesome.
I have watched it, so I know what you're talking about. Alright, how did everyone grow today? Let's start with Jack, since he needs to go fast.
I always do.
Yeah.
He's I would say he just grew into his own image again.
Okay. It was very much about your own powers here.
Yeah, so I don't see that he grew anyway, like away from the group or anything like that, and he didn't really grow closer either. So I'm just gonna shift my labels.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shift mundane down, and I'm gonna shift danger up. That's it.
Okay. Now, Keith, how did you grow?
Well, he didn't really go away from the team. He didn't really go closer to the team. And I wouldn't really say that he grew into an image of himself. Because first he failed the first fire test. Then he failed to save Holly and just made the situation even worse. So if it would be more like he would grow away from his own image.
Okay, then I get to shift the label up and down.
Oh dear.
Let's see. Okay, I see. Now you did try to save her even though you failed, so I'm gonna shift your savior up one. And I'm gonna shift your superior down, because you certainly... You know what? It was all about freak, so I'm gonna shift your freak down. Yeah, that's better.
No!
Sorry about that, but you kind of failed in... I mean, you made some progress, but you know, you need to practice more to get better with them. Okay.
My freak, my wonderful freak.
I mean, you
Oh,
grew
God,
away
wonderful.
from yourself, you know? That's
That
the
is
thing.
true.
That's not what you usually are. So make sure you shift your savior up and your freak down. Good.
Yeah.
Chaos, how did you grow?
Into his own image.
I guess this is the session to grow into your own image.
Yeah. What do I shift down now? Go back. Danger down, saber up.
Okay. And we lastly have Lily. How did you grow?
Good question. I didn't do too much there. I always like to grow close to the team because team. But also because curing conditions that I'm very good at, bad at that otherwise. But was there anyone? Helped Holly, but I've already got for that. Will be Wacky. Did give me a dress. Lovely dress. Perfect dress, one
I
might
mean,
say.
you can grow closer to Waki. Sure, I'll allow it. Why not?
Grow closer to
So-
the team and Wacky then.
He gets influence over you. That's wonderful.
Yes. And because I am not interested in potential, apparently I'm just going to clear insecure because I have a pretty dress.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Sorry, guys, I have to head off.
Bye-bye, Jack.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, alright. How did you like the session? I know it was not as interactive with each other this time around, but it was very much me digging down into what the weaknesses and strengths of your powers are and how I can, in the future, help you and screw you.
Indeed. We appreciate.
Oh.
We're eagerly looking forward to getting screwed over.
You know, just take up the offer to train with Miss Halcyon. You know, she's only been training with Mr. Sunshine for, years.
She has no idea what she's doing.
Oh, she has a lot of idea what she's doing.
She does not know what she's doing.
Give her
Why
a
do you think she
chance.
Why do you think she was so nervous when she first entered the class? It was her very first class.
She was the only person in the class.
Wait, what? You were the only person in the class.
She was the only one that is being taught by Mr. Sunshine, so of course she was the best.
Oh, right, with that. No, I meant, why she was nervous today.
Yeah.
She rather want to fight against villains than standing and teaching kids. It's lots easier.
Yeah, but from what I hear, in the background of our story, that's gonna happen rather soon. I figured out a nice, new element that is gonna come up probably after the weekend, which is, your in fiction weekend, where something new enters the, the schedule of the school day. But something more voluntarily. Like, watching out for villains. And I've got a good in-fiction explanation why you actually would be going after villains and not the big guys.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
But why would we send kids? Why
Billy is
would
also
this-
okay with always bringing down people cause chaos.
Why
Chaos
would,
is bad.
why would we send kids to do the adults' work?
Why would they send adults to go after kids? That's bad press for heroes. Plus, the hero school gotta make itself useful, doesn't have it?
No.
Stupid government doesn't understand how kids should be raised.
No. No, it doesn't.
Alright, I got a whole bunch of lovely things going up and in the future. Looking forward to the barbecue, though. That's gonna be fun.
Yes.
That's gonna be a fun afternoon and evening. Hooray!
Hooray for
Hopefully I
barbecue!
will have canker sores then.
Ouch.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thanks for today. It was fun, and bye.
Bye bye.
Yes. Take care.
Bye bye.